My name is Mimidoo Tsughum, and this is my red story. I gave my life to Christ at the age of 9. I was led to Christ by my late uncle, Reverend Isaac Tsughum, of blessed memory. And after then, I went back to school because I was a boarding student. So life went on normally. I was a normal Christian girl I was expected to be. All through my secondary school, I was that good girl. Right through to my third year in the university, when things changed, I strayed. And of course, I got pregnant just after my university education. Yeah, thereabouts. So, and back then, if you got pregnant, the next thing was to get married to whoever impregnated you, if you knew who it was. So I had to get married, and after that, I found myself in a journey of abuse, all forms of abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, which was the high point of it, psychological abuse, a lot of things that just made my life not what it used to be. I wasn't the happy-go-lucky girl anymore. I was depressed. I just didn't want to, if probably not because I felt like there were people around me who would rather see me live, I guess I would have committed suicide at some point. But I thank God those thoughts never came, but I was still very much depressed. And even after I walked out on the marriage, I lived in bitterness for years, in unforgiveness for years. But then, after some time, I encountered the love of Christ. And God's love for me has done a lot to me, I must say, because God's love is overwhelming. You know, there's a way someone loves you so much that you don't want to disappoint the person. You know, in your mind, you just want to do right by that person. That was what it felt like for me. And over time, and of course through the help of the Holy Spirit, God's love was able to reach out into my heart to remove all the forms of bitterness that I ever felt towards this man. So now, not just him, apart from the bitterness I felt towards him, I was a very angry person. I could get angry at the slightest thing. I just didn't know how to address issues squarely. You have an issue with someone, you sit down to talk about those things. I didn't have that in me at all. The next thing I would do is yell. Over time, I learned how to yell because, like, if I cast my mind back then, I do recall that at a point I also started becoming defensive because you're with someone and then whether you insult the person or not, you keep quiet, it's still an issue. So at some point, I must confess, I would always talk back because whether I spoke back or not, I got beaten. So of course, I would always want to get him in his own corner, let him remember something very painful I said over time, you know. But with God, all that just died. All that bitterness, all that anger, always being angry, not knowing how to address issues, you know, communication problems, it just vanished. I just found myself becoming better. And now I can tell you that knowing that I can communicate better with someone, I really look forward to raising a home, to having a family again. So God's love for me has helped me too. It has taken out every form of negative emotions that I used to feel. So it's easier for me to love people, to appreciate people, to be able to be patient with them like God has been patient with me, to watch me grow into the better person that I am today.